is Alicia Massari. I'm a registered holistic nutritionist, and I work with a group called Imbalance. And we offer 8-week courses and workshops for kids, teens, families, seniors.
This is Sandra Saliovic, founder of Destinos Enterprises, presenting Latin and Canadian destinations. We offer 3 different services: destination marketing, destination management, and general sales agent to travel companies, tourist boards, airlines, and land transportation.
Homemade traditional Peruvian dessert, alfajores, basket of ham, beef, turkey, veggie gourmet sandwiches. Hoagie Ways Catering, phone number 778-245-3007. Welcome to the Immigrants Magazine's program, new episode. I am Fabiola Palomino, your host. From January 1st, 2015, we rolled a new immigration system called Express Entry. What are the benefits this new system has to new immigrants? The answer in this episode. But first, our teaser.
When you are renting, you had a debt. When you have a mortgage or your bank is financing your property, you have an investment. So it's totally different. When you pay rent, nothing is coming back ever to you.
This program is going to combine the 4 economic classes: federal skilled worker, federal trades, Canadian experience class, and the provincial nominee program.
By life circumstances, our guest chose her career as a realtor by her son. Jamilda Esper is from Brazil, and she has 27 years living in Canada. Jamilda Esper, tell us her story.
Hi, first of all, sweetheart, I really wanted to thank you for the opportunity of having me here and sharing my experiences with you. It is lovely, and with everybody, all the immigrants. It would be so nice to share a little bit of our experiences in this country, this lovely country of Canada, and also to thank them for taking their time to listen to what we have to share, and it's lovely. Thank you so much. I left Brazil for love. I've met my husband in Brazil. He was from Venezuela. He was working there for a couple of years, and then we met, and we were very young. He was also young, and then we fell in love, and he had to go back to Venezuela, so we decided to marry, and I moved to Venezuela. In the first year, I think of my Venezuelan experience was very hard. I think I cried every day. Everything was so different, and I missed my family so much. I remember coming back from Brazil the first time I went to visit my family, and I was crying so much in the airplane that they moved me to the first class. They felt so sorry for me. I was crying. But after that first year, when I start to understand the Venezuelans in Venezuela, I loved it so much. Venezuelan people are wonderful. And I was so happy there. I lived I think the best 12 years of my life was in Venezuela. Then Venezuela, after 12 years I was there in the early 80s, because I moved to Venezuela in 1975. And Venezuela was great, was the boom of the oil, and everything was just wonderful. But then, my husband started seeing that the economy was deteriorating, and it was deteriorating really fast. So he got organized, and he said, okay, we have to move. And like every other Venezuelan, we moved to Miami. So we first went to Miami, and then my husband started looking for investments in the whole North America. And he found then there was the Expo 86. That was the first time we came here, and we really like it. He really liked it too. He thought that would be a great place too. My first job was being a wife, but right after I was invited to work at the Brazilian consulate, and I worked for 10 years as a trade officer. It was a very pleasant job. It was nice to be with Brazilians again. They were joking with me that I didn't speak Portuguese anymore. Oh, I do speak Portuguese, but they were just joking with me. And at that time, Venezuela didn't have a consulate here, but they got used to send all the Venezuelans to the Brazilian consulate to see me. It was very interesting. And yeah, I kept, in touch with the Venezuelans, but there was very, very few Venezuelans at that time here. What happened was that the Brazilian consulate closed. And I had to find, another activity. So I was thinking that maybe it was time for me to go back to Brazil and open a business. I always, before moving to Canada, I was working in the hotel business for many years. I worked with the Hilton Hotel in the capacity of banquet manager. So, and sales and banquet, a little combination of both. So I said, oh, maybe, now it's time for me to open my own catering business in Brazil and have a beautiful, venue for weddings. And I go to Brazil, and my goodness, what a surprise it was for me. All of a sudden, Brazil was had such a big boom that everything was like a block, like any party room that used to be like a small place, now it was a whole block. So when I got there and then I looked at that, I said, oh my God, this is not for me, you have to have a lot of capital to be able to start a business in Brazil at that time. So I was, I said, oh my God, what do I do now? And I was really getting depressed because for the first time, I'm very optimistic, but for the first time, I didn't see a light at the end of the tunnel. My son is my best friend. I have a wonderful son, and he's Venezuelan. I miss him a lot. I'm sorry. He lives in New York, and at that time he lived in Toronto. And I was talking with my son, and he said, I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna be a realtor. I said, a realtor? Where did you get the idea from? I don't know how to sell. He said, yes, you know how to sell. Vancouver is starting with a boom in real estate. He's an economist, my son. And that's what you're gonna do. I said, no, I don't think so. He said, yes, you will. And I said, okay, I'll give it a try. And he was bang on. First of all, the market, the real estate market in Vancouver had an immense boom in year 2000 when it started. And real estate for me was finally when you feel that you found your mission in life. I think helping all the immigrants here. I have a problem talking because I get emotional. Some people say that they have a problem talking in public. I don't have a problem, but the only problem I have is that I get too emotional. But I remember that when I first started, and then I started meeting all the new immigrants and how happy they were to get their first home. I was so delighted to be able to find my mission in life. And because when you give, the universe gives back to you. And because I was really from the bottom of my heart trying to help them achieve their goals, the universe has been very generous with me, and I have a very successful business. When you are renting, you had a debt. When you have a mortgage, or your bank is financing your property, you have an investment. So it's totally different. When you pay rent, nothing is coming back ever to you. You need a roof. We know we all need a roof, so you either rent or you buy. So if you rent, that money is not a penny of it is coming back to you. When you have your mortgage, you have an investment for your future and for the future of your children. So, and I don't think that, to my knowledge, is a better investment than real estate. I firmly believe in real estate.
There will be big changes in Canadian immigration law from January 1st, 2015. Express entry, a way to help fill open jobs for which there are no available Canadian workers. Neera Agnihotri, an immigration consultant, wanted to participate on this episode talking about this important topic.
Hi, I'm going to talk about the new Express Entry program that's coming into effect with Citizenship and Immigration Canada in January 2015. This program is going to combine the 4 economic classes: Federal Skilled Worker, Federal Trades, Canadian Experience Class, and the Provincial Nominee Program. Currently, the Federal Skilled Worker Program, you can apply only if you have an offer of employment from a Canadian employer, an arranged employment opinion, if you qualify under the categories that the government puts out every year, and currently there's 50 occupations with a cap, or if you've worked in Canada and you have a work permit for an employer and are qualified under the Federal Skilled Worker in National Occupation Code A, B, or O. The Federal Trades Program, you're able to apply if you qualify under the trades that are put out by the Government of Canada every year, so there's a list of occupations, and you have an offer of employment again from a Canadian employer. You can make that application to Citizenship and Immigration Canada currently if you qualify. Canadian Experience Class is available to international graduates in Canada that have completed their studies minimum 1 year, or for international workers that have come to Canada and have worked 1 year full-time in Canada. Now that you make an application directly to the federal government, and the processing time is about 12 to 15 months for that application. And you also have to be employed in a National Occupation Code A, B, or O. Labor class does not qualify for any one of these programs. The 4th economic program is the Provincial Nominee Program. The Provincial Nominee Program is different in each province of Canada. Not all provinces have this, but currently, if an employer does sponsor you and does qualify for the program, the province is allowed to issue a certificate which will allow you to apply to the federal government for permanent residency. In order to qualify for that, there are many different aspects, but for British Columbia, you must be in an occupation A, B, or O level of the National Occupation Guide. They do accept some semi-skilled occupations, and that is on their websites as well. Once the province nominates you, they issue you a certificate, and with that certificate, it enables you to apply to Citizenship and Immigration Canada. Currently, all of these programs do have caps, and they are running. But it also says that the processing times for immigration is over 12 months for each one of these programs. The Government of Canada has decided to take all 4 of these programs and create a new thing, Express Entry into Canada. The Express Entry program is not yet finalized, but it is set to open in January of 2015. What they are wanting to do is take all 4 classes, economic classes, the Federal Skilled Worker Program, the Federal Trades Program, Canadian Experience Class, and the Provincial Nominee Program, and create an online pool. What will happen is a simplified application will be submitted online, and if an employer chooses your application based on your credentials and your work experience, you're given an invitation to apply to the federal government for permanent residency. You are right now given 6 months to make that application online, and the processing times, what they are saying, will be 6 months from start to finish by the time you get your permanent residency. Now, nothing is finalized. Opening is in January. Anywhere from the 2nd to the 30th of January, they are going to open this. But that will then eliminate the federal skilled worker. It will eliminate the federal trades. It will also eliminate Canadian experience class. And if you are also nominated by the province, you are to submit the nomination certificate to this pool, and that is how your application will be processed. They are going to do away with paper applications. Everything should be and will be submitted online for this. More to come in the next few weeks when they finalize everything, and hopefully seeing January this will open up and we'll see processing times continue. There is no indication in what will happen to all the applications that are in process, if they will continue to process them, what the timeframes will be, but this new program will take over all the economic classes.
I adore this segment because without buying an air ticket, we can travel around the globe, we can go everywhere imaginarily. The next country, it is the 7th largest country by area and the 2nd most populous country with over, listen, with over 1.2 billion people. 1.2 billion people in our Your Country, My Country segment, India.
ना कोई हो कर का ना कोई पैसे वाला नाचेंगे सब मिल के जीजा हो या साला
Country, India. Someday I want to go there, yes. Next segment, wow, behind the scenes. Time to relax. Next.
How do you pronounce your name?
Neera Agnihotri.
Okay. Aí não.
Bom dia, como vai? Muito prazer de estar aqui. Mi hija me llama 4 veces al día mínimo.
On previous episodes, we were talking about how important it is to be focused on your goal. But you know, we can find other ways to get your happiness. For example, get help from others by connecting and then surround yourself with people who want the same changes as you. Now, if you didn't have time to watch our TV show, our Immigrants magazine TV show, you can watch it via internet. How come? Going to www.immigrantsmagazine.net and clicking on complete episode image. We're on Facebook and on Twitter. Keep warm, it is cold outside. Bye.
Problemas de relaciones interpersonales, separación, divorcio, problemas con niños, adolescentes y adultos.
Soy la doctora Yolanda Montoya, soy Clinical Counselor y mi teléfono es el 604-861-1071.